We are back with our updated list of the 6 things we like about Holland America.
And the 3 things we don't like.
Well, we are back from our latest Holland America Cruise. This time we cruised to Alaska, and that would make our 6th cruise on board Holland America. We have cruised 4 different ships now of the Holland America fleet.
We have.
Yes, we have cruised all of the Pinnacle class ships, which is the newest class. And we've also cruised the New Amsterdam twice now.
Right. So we love Holland America. We want to share with you some of our favorite things that we love about them and some of the things we don't really like.
Exactly. We always find it helpful when you're going on a new cruise line that you know kind of the strengths and if it meets your type of cruising, or if there are things that you're thinking that's no-go, that we need to choose a different cruise line.
That's right. When picking your cruise line, it is one thing that we've told a lot of friends and family that have never cruised before is you have to try to match what you want in your cruise experience with the different cruise lines because there's so many different lines out there that offer different things.
Yeah, and overall, we really enjoy Holland America. That's why we've been on it 6 times. So we'll get down to the list now. First, we'll start with the 6 things that we like.
Number 1 is ship decor. We love how Holland America designs their ships. They're nice and modern, well maintained. One of the little touches that Holland America does that I really appreciate personally is all the fresh flowers that you will find throughout the ship. There's flower arrangements throughout the interior of the ship. There's also live plants on the pool decks. Beautiful.
Yes, and there's also lots of artwork. A lot of it is musically themed artwork, very creative artwork you'll find in the staircases, walking through some of the main areas like the music walk and between venues. And another thing that's really nice is also their outdoor deck spaces are really classy as well. Beautiful modern looking pools. There are real plants blowing in the wind around the pools and around the spas.
Great quality loungers on the pool deck, nice cushions, good quality, not cheap, definitely not worn out looking, yeah.
And when you look at a Holland America ship, it looks like a classic cruising experience.
Yeah.
That dark hall with the white top and even their cabana areas, their outdoor areas, nothing is over the top. It is understated but classy.
Yes, for sure.
And
elegant.
You're not going to see all of the big extras. You're not going to see water slides and go-karts and roller coasters. You're just going to get a classic cruising experience. And what it is really what it is on the inside.
For sure.
And also the venues. Everything is going to be modern. We didn't ever find areas that were unkept or felt dated, that they keep their ships maintained and refurbished. So all in all, yeah, the ship is, and the quality of the ship and the classiness of the experience is number 1 for us.
For sure.
So number 2 is the cabins.
For sure. I love Holland America's cabins, and a lot of it is the little tiny touches that they think about that you don't get on a lot of other major cruise lines that we've cruised with. So the first example that sticks out in my head is we've never been on a Holland America where we haven't had an umbrella in our closet, just in case, because on those certain port days, and if you didn't pack one, Holland America gives you one. For women, they have a magnifying makeup mirror that you can use. It's in a drawer in a nice little bag that you can pull out and use. You don't have to be standing in the bathroom. You can be at the makeup table using it. I appreciate that. Very nice, good quality hair dryer in every room. Elemis products in the spa. The way they do their cabins with the little extras just elevates the whole experience, in my opinion.
And a couple other things that are worth noting is they have a dry bar set up with various types of glasses. So if you're having a drink, a bottle of champagne is delivered to your cabin, that type of thing, you have the appropriate glassware to use to bring with you or use in your cabin. And the other thing, the biggest thing that you missed is the showers. Wait till you see the glassed-in showers. And I'm not talking about having to book the big suite to get that experience. We book interior often on Holland America, and there's a full-size glassed-in shower that you could fit several people in.
Now, that is in specifically the Pinnacle class ships.
Yes.
And the older ones, well, we've been on the New Amsterdam twice, and what I love about the New Amsterdam is they have bathtubs. And so it's the one and only cruise ship that we've been on in all of our cruises that I've had a bathtub in, and I really appreciate that too. So they really do have good quality, spacious cabins, in my opinion.
Yes, and they have some very unique layouts too. So when you're checking out the deck plans and booking Holland America, even for inside, we've been able to find special situations where there's a sofa included in the interior. We've been able to see where there are inside cabins that have an L-shaped sofa as well on some of these ships as well. So if you hunt around, there's a variety type of cabin designs that kind of might meet your need more so than just the standard same old, that there's some custom situations you can get into.
For sure.
So yes, so cabins is a really good one, and you won't be let down by the quality of the decor and the features that are in your cabins.
Or the comfiness of the bed. They have a really nice mattress, in my opinion, too.
For sure.
Number 3 for us is the food.
And food is one of my favorite things about cruising. So I know,
it?
I know this one inside and out. So on Holland America, you can get everything from fresh pastries and donuts that are included with your fare. You don't have to pay extra for, or you can have classic dining in the dining room. That's as good as some specialty dining rooms on other cruise lines.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We love the food options that Holland America offers. Their lunch that they have in the main dining room is one of my favorite places because they have calamari as an appetizer for lunch. They have fresh seafood at lunchtime every day. We just enjoy all the food options that they offer throughout the ship.
Yeah, and we didn't even touch on the buffet. The buffet is a classy experience, high quality food in the buffet. A lot of the buffet, they serve you, so you don't have a whole bunch of steam tables where people are fighting for the food. It's all served to you. A lot of it is cooked or prepared fresh in there, whether you're adding a sauce to a pasta or whether you're having a fresh made crepe at lunchtime. So, the buffets are amazing as well. And as well, there's a pizza spot on board. On some of the newer class ships, there's also the deli.
Right.
And some of these places double as breakfast options. A lot of people don't know that. So if you hunt around the ships, you can find some different food options that aren't obvious when you first get on.
For sure.
But overall, you won't be disappointed with the food anywhere. And that doesn't say anything about the specialty dining that you could have the option to pay extra for.
You're right.
We have had remarkable experiences at specialty dining.
We have, for sure.
The steakhouse, the Pinnacle Grill, has been great experiences. Some of the best steak you've ever had.
Yes.
And
Rudy's Seafood Restaurant. Oh, wow. What a night we enjoyed on our last cruise going to Rudy's. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I would suggest that paying extra for specialty dining on Holland America isn't just about getting higher quality foods, but also an elevated experience as well. It's an event to go to a specialty dining a lot of times in Holland America.
Right.
Not just paying extra for steak or seafood. There's more to it than just that.
That's true.
So yeah, food on Holland America, that's a thumbs up for sure.
Yes. Number 4 is the price.
Yes, that one might shock you because a lot of people think of Holland America as an upscale experience, and it is by the decor and the food as we've described, and the cabins. But we're also very surprised when we start pricing out cruise line versus cruise line how affordable Holland America is.
For sure.
That often the price is comparable to what we consider more traditional cruise lines out of North America or even budget cruise lines. We've been able to get Holland America cruises for as good a price, and that always surprises us considering the quality that we know that we get when we're on Holland America.
For sure. And when they have their special promotions, they have what they call the Have It All package, where you can have your drinks included, a night at the specialty dining, and a credit to go towards an excursion. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes they even include crew appreciation in that. And so if you can book a cruise with them when they're offering those sort of specialty promotions, oh, and I forgot, Wi-Fi is included in that too. So there's 5 different options. Yeah. And it's very reasonably priced in our opinion.
And by crew appreciation, we're talking about those daily tips we have to pay on cruise ships. And they are included sometimes in Have It All. And if you can get that type of a promotion included with Have It All, then when you price all the different pieces out and make use of all that, then really the drinks package ends up being 1 or 2 drinks a day and you're at the break even, which is really hard to do on any other cruise line when you include drink packages.
Right.
So,
and what we like about their drink packages, it also includes specialty coffees and of course water and soft drinks and all of the other type of drinks. But it's nice that you can go to the specialty cafe and have a cappuccino with your breakfast, and that's not an extra fee, whereas some cruise lines, a drink package doesn't include that.
Yeah, for sure. And you get to Have It All, include the crew tips, and you get the good base prices that are with Holland America. You'll be very surprised at how affordable it is and what kind of quality experience you get for your money.
For sure.
5 is staff and service.
We have found that the staff on Holland America are always willing and able to help. But the other part of it is that they seem so friendly and just happy. They feel like, it appears that they are happy to be there, they're enjoying their job, and so that in turn makes you happy.
Yeah, and when we talk about staff, it's not just the people that make up your cabins or the people that serve you in the buffet. We're talking about everybody. Like we have come across officers that are friendly and stop and talk to you in the elevator in the halls. We're also talking about the musicians. They're phenomenal caliber musicians on board Holland America on their music walk. Some of them have previous experiences that you'd have to pay for on land.
Yes.
And they are phenomenal musicians. And we are always amazed at even how friendly and engaging they are. That after their sets and after they've finished for the night, they'll stand around for sometimes half an hour just talking to passengers, talking about different songs they play or where they're from and how's your cruise going. Very personable staff, probably unlike anything we've seen anywhere else on another cruise.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely when you get on board Holland America, you're going to feel pampered because the crew really goes above and beyond. It doesn't matter if you're ordering a drink. Mrs. Canuck likes to order sometimes some custom cocktails or has some ideas for drinks, and she often talks to the bartenders, and they'll come up with anything you can dream of because they're to make you happy.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely staff and service. They're not going to let you down.
No, they won't. Number 6 is itineraries and size of their ships.
Yes, the Holland America fleet, first of all, is very diverse when it comes to some very small ships. And by small, we're talking, between 1 and 2,000, very small for this day and age of cruising.
Right.
And to larger ships, we're talking, 3,000 people roughly on the larger ships now. So you can kind of pick and choose the size of ship you want with Holland America. And the consistency across the line is good. But the other thing is the itineraries. Holland America is known for having very unique itineraries. They often put more of a focus on the culture and the destinations than just being on a cruise.
Right.
A good example is Alaska. They were one of the very first cruise line, the first cruise line to ever go to Alaska, and they've held on to that heritage. As a result, you go on an Alaska cruise with Holland America, you're going to get preferred slips at the different ports that you call on, and they have a lot of experience in knowing what works to make that an exciting cruise. Right. So yeah, definitely ship size, pick and choose your ship. And you're never going to get a ship that's too big. I guess that's important as well.
Well, that is our preference choice. We're not wanting to be on ships that have 7,000 people. Doesn't sound like a fun time to us. We haven't done it, so we don't know, to be honest. But we prefer being on a ship the size that Holland America offers because there's enough people to have a great time, but not so many people that you're spending your vacation standing in lines.
Yeah, so if you really like to have those smaller ships and you really want to have those custom itineraries and go to places in the world that other cruise lines don't go, then Holland America would be the first one I'd look for when I'm looking for those kind of exotic destinations.
For sure.
So those were all the things that we liked, our top 6. And now we're going to talk about the 3 things that we don't like as much about Holland America, that we think there's room for improvement. And number 1 is the world stage entertainment.
It is. So one of the things that we personally love about cruising is the grand shows that are generally in the main theater. We enjoy that type of Broadway musical, theatrical shows that we've come to love being on cruise ships. And Holland America does not do that. And so that is our biggest disappointment when we cruise with them, is that there isn't a grand show in the world stage, they call it. They have exec talks, which are really, really good if you're into that sort of thing. And even, I've enjoyed lots of them that I went to thinking it wasn't going to be my thing. So they really do great things in there like that, exec talks. They do have dancers that perform to pre-recorded music in the evening, but they don't have the singing and they don't have the shows that we have loved on other cruise lines.
Now, in saying that, and this was one of the things that we didn't like last time when we did this video on Holland America, but what's changed since then is they've added a slight twist now. Now, they've taken away one venue. They've taken away Lincoln Center Stage as part of the music walk.
Right.
But what they've added in the main theater, so there is some change there, is something that was on our ship called Fourth Harmony. So it was a quartet of singers singing to recorded music So, but there at least was live singing.
Singing
So,
in the main theater.
and that quartet also then on the final night, for example, appeared around the ship at the different music walk venues and also did kind of some cameo appearances as well.
They did, yes.
So that does show that there is an effort there and a bit of an evolution with the theater shows in Holland America.
Yeah, I feel like they're listening to some of the feedback that people are saying they want something a little more grand in the main theater, and so they have been starting to slowly put a little bit more effort into that room.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see where that heads, see if that trend continues. So, but for right now, it really is on par with some of the bigger entertainment options that you see on other big cruise lines.
Right. Number 2 of the things that we don't like is the size of the music venues.
Yes, Holland America is famous for their music walk and the caliber of their musicians and how they've come up with this idea that it's like a night on the town, hitting different types of music venues at different times, which is good to have that selection. But what happens is the venues are relatively small compared to the number of people that are on the ship.
Right.
So we often find that you show up to a venue on time to see some act and you can't get a seat.
We've gone to venues almost an hour prior to an event and hadn't been able to get a seat. So that is our biggest issue. When we first started cruising the Pinnacle class cruises was post-COVID when sailing was only at 50%. And even at 50%, you were sometimes struggling to get a seat. So now that everybody's cruising back at 100% capacity, there are just times where you try to go to an event and there's no way you're going to physically be able to be there.
And part of the problem is you do have that small space where all the music venues are one after another or even side by side where they're alternating between the two. And so everybody's in that one spot on the ship and it's hard to find a seat because everybody, they move from one venue to the next as soon as they change the bands. Whereas other ships, you get a more spread out layout where there might be multiple lounges with acts that are playing throughout the ship. Holland America doesn't have that on the newer ships, at least. It's all in one small area, and you're always kind of fighting for that space to be able to sit down and enjoy something.
Yeah, I would say that our biggest regret on our last cruise was Holland America is known to do an orange party night where you pack something orange. So we were in our orange clothing for the evening, ready to have a party. It's a party that they celebrate their Dutch heritage, and it's beautiful. We've done it a few times on different cruise lines, but our last cruise with them, we went to the venue where it was going to be held at the BB King's Club almost an hour prior to it, and there was standing room only. And so, that's disappointing. It's something that we had planned and looked forward to for weeks, if not even months prior to getting on cruise. I bought a special outfit just to wear to it, and you couldn't even attend it.
Yeah, so picture you got a ship full of thousands of people. They've all got their orange on. They're all ready to have a celebration that night. They know there's going to be custom food options brought out through the evening, entertainment going on. But only maybe a couple hundred people will be able to fit into the venue that's being held. So that was our frustration, that the use of the space, whether or not that should be expanded to the entire music walk, moved to upstairs to the Lido for a deck party.
Right. Even the main stage that's being underutilized, in our opinion. Yeah. There'd be options where more people can be included in your events.
Yeah. So the quality of the music is good, but it's so good that you got to fight for space to get in. And that's one of our challenges with Holland America.
Yeah. We found we had to just sort of stay put in our seats once you got a seat, because if you got up and moved, you weren't getting one again.
For sure. So the third thing that we don't like, and this one might surprise you, but it's about children.
It is. So Holland America has been lately offering a third and fourth person in your cabin sailing for free, which means a lot more families are cruising with Holland America than ever before.
Yeah, and with more families, usually that means they're bringing children. And what we have found kind of interesting with Holland America, one of the pluses we mentioned before is the lack of the activities, water slides, all the big stuff that takes away from the classic cruising experience. Well, when the children come on board, they don't have those things to keep them busy during the day.
Exactly. So we have cruised for years with our children growing up and on cruise ships. But when we traveled with our children, we always booked a ship that had things that would entertain them. So water slides, water parks, kids clubs and theaters and stuff specifically designed just for children. Yes. Holland America doesn't really have that. They do have children's clubs. Yep. We don't know more details about that because we haven't traveled with children, but we do know they have clubs. But they don't have a specific deck space for them to play at or entertainment things for them.
Yeah, and so where do you think all the children end up on a sea day when there's nothing else to do? They're all in the pools. They're all in all the hot tubs. So that's one of the challenges that they have little else to do. So kids are going to want to play, and playing in the pools is one of the things that they enjoy doing.
Which is great, fun for children, but there isn't an adults-only pool, which a lot of other cruise lines that are used to having families come, they have an adults-only pool, but they don't have that on Holland America.
Yeah, Holland America on some of the ships does have a pool at the aft of the ship that the children need to be supervised by an adult, but the children are still allowed in there. So it's not really an adults-only pool.
Right.
Yeah, and this is a new one for us. This is something we never noticed in Holland America, so it's one that we've added to the list because it's kind of something that we never noticed before until just recently.
Right. The last 2 cruises, it was definitely very noticeable.
Yeah.
So we hope this video was helpful, that you got to hear about all the things that we love about Holland America and a few things that we think they need to work on to improve.
Yes, we still love Holland America as a cruise line. We'll be back on them again. And we would definitely encourage other people to give Holland America a try. It's a quality experience. We just wanted to give you a heads up of the things that you're going to be impressed with, the things that you might scratch your head with and kind of have to navigate around.
Right.
So we have lots of vlog series. If you want to see more detail about day-by-day life on a Holland America cruise, then check out our vlogs, because that's what we do there, is show you a day in the life of. And also check out some of our other videos that are about Holland America, how to book cabanas. All that stuff is on our channel. So we cruised quite a bit at Holland America recently, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out.
For sure.
So thanks everybody for watching, and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.